Hi, this is Galau. In this video, I will share with you how to turn this bank statement. It can be Maybank statement, can be CIB statement, right? So most likely they created like this, right? What if you want to, um, right from here, you want to make it into a single line, like this, right? You have four rows of data, but you want to transfer it into a single line. Okay, the first one is okay, but the next, this part here, you want to convert it into one single line. So how do you do that? So before that, let me just make it beautiful, right? Easier to read. I see. Um, these are the four rows of data. So how do you turn it into a single line? So you can actually copy it, one by one, or maybe you can just do a copy and then yeah, copy and then you go to, you right click, you do a transpose. Okay, so you're now into one line, and then you can actually join them together, and you can use the concatenate. Concatenate? No, you can use the new. There's a new feature called text join in Excel 365. So there is no delimiter. Let's say there's no delimiter. So okay, no empty, nothing. So we can just drag this here, right? If I'm not mistaken, it's like here, yeah. So you can see that it is just joining it, right? You can use a text join, yeah. Now, if you have a delimiter, you can also just put a comma. So there is a comma for each of the value here, right? The thing is that you need to do this one by one, right? So you can see there's another few line here. So not a smart way, but that could be the only way. Like what I trained a group of engineers yesterday. So um, they do not know what to do with the method that I introduced them, so they can only use the manual way to uh, process the data, right? So until I tell them, okay, so that means to yesterday they don't know, but today they know how to do it automatically, very easily. So now we'll just come to here, right? Let me just pause first. Okay, so I have done this text join, right? So you can do it one by one. If you only have few data, you can just use a text join. However, if you have a long list, right, I think this is still quite a manual way. So how to make it faster, right? Let's see. Now let's say I have this data here. You can make use of the latest Excel tools, right? Many of you, including myself, not aware of the power of these tools because it's hide right in the data tab, a very familiar tab, and under the get and transform data. Okay, this is the new tools, right? It comes for free, right? It's just in your Excel package. Now the other things you have is called Power Pivot, right? Today we focus on Power Query. So you have this data, you just change it into a Excel table. Just press Ctrl T, that will make it Excel table, or you just directly click on from table and range. Okay, so I go for this. Now the first step is that we want to identify which the row number for each of these. So I go to the add column, I go to index column, and I choose from 0. So each row is now labeled with the index. So this is 0, this is 1. So the next thing is that I want to know which row, according to the index, which row has that line, the first line. I call it first line. So here I will just use a condition column, and right here I check on the date. If it's not equal to now, okay, then yes, and the column is changes new line. So I call it a new line. This is a new line, and this is also a new line. New line of the each new transaction, right? Click OK. So I have a new line here. So now I want to do I want to just look at this code, this line here, those new lines. So I just check on yes. Okay. So you can see that before this filter line 0, 3, um, 0 is on here. So the next line here is actually 3, right? After the next new line, before the next new line, the next new line is 2, but this is 3. So we want to find a way to extract this part here. So which means is this section here, right? Transaction here goes into one single line. So this is 3 row and this one is 4 row. So it's 4 row is just 7 minus 3, you get 4. 3 minus 0, you got 3. And here 11 minus 7, you got 4 rows, right? But how do you do that in Power Query? That's the question, right? So now we want to filter it. So bring it out. So we have to find a way to somehow bring this tree into the same column, same row. So bring it up. How do we do that? We go to the index column. We go for from one. So now it is there, right? So now the way is that we have to find this way, this move it up. So we go to custom column, and right here, I call it just custom. Do like this. Now just do the. I will go to the current step here. It's called added index 1, and then I want something from the index column, and then curly bracket with the index 1. So means that I want to insert a new column, and I want to take something start from the first index, 1 index, excluding the 0. So essentially it means that I will now move this tree above. Okay, so it's beautiful now. Now I'm going to use this one minus the index to get the height of each blocks of data. So I go to custom column, and I go to rows, and then here I type in custom and minus the index. Okay, custom minus index, and click OK. So I have 3 and I have 4, right? 7 minus 3 is 4. So great. So let's go to custom column again. Now I want to know just remain there, just there table.range. So there is this table.range that can extract that from a certain source. So now I go to the source step, which is my original data, and now I want to extract. There are a few items there, right? So I will extract for how many rows, right? Let me just check again, yeah, my notes here. Yeah, sometimes. Okay, it's right here. Oh, it's indexed first, then only rows. Okay, let's come back here. It's not this. So delete this. We go to index. So start from 0, and want to take 3 columns, right? So this means that for the first row, I want to start from the 0 and take the next 3 row, and then save it as a table. Okay, and then for the next row, I want to start from 3, which is the index, and then I want to take 4 row from the third row onwards. Click OK. So we can see that now I'm basically extracting this part here. See, this is a tree. So what is remaining, the step is that you want to extract the distribution area. So we go to custom column again one more time, and although it's one last step, but it's important to know that it's using table.column. So let's go back here, table.column. And then we go to custom one, And because I only interested in extracting the description column, so I go for description, close parenthesis. Alright, we done this, click OK. Finally, we have a list. See, this is transfer Azam, right? So from this table, I only extracting the description column and it turned out into me a list. So from here, I can click on this to choose extract values. So I can use a comma to separate each of the items, or I can just use a space. I'll go for space and click OK. Okay, that's it. This is the list. Right from the table here, I turn this section here into a list. Okay, the rest will be quite simple by now, right? So you can just delete all this step here. Okay, all this step is not necessary. Just select all the column, right click, choose remove columns, and this description is not needed. I don't need this anymore, so I can just drag this over here. Also, this is not needed. I can just remove column. Alright, I think that's about it. Let's go home and click load, close and load. It will load it to a new worksheet. That's it. So that's it. Right, if you have questions, you know what to do. Yeah, thank you for watching and stay resilient. God bless you.